I'm Sister Dottie Bair, but you can call me Dottie, because I throw my fan everywhere. I am a member of the Abbey the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas, and have been a fully professed sister for 3 years. So I started as marionette, and I had this whole high-class thing where I was going to have gloves with like a little hook glued into them and cut off rope to play off of the marionettes off the strings, and likes to have a lot of fun with rope. But it just wasn't resonating. It didn't feel right. And then one day I was doing something a little evil, and the boy in his whiny voice was like, "Daddy Bear," and I was like, "And I know what my name is," because it encapsulates a lot of things for me. It encapsulates a community that I'm part of. There's a reason why I'm the black and blue sister. There's usually black, blue, and red with the white on my face. Leather pride. But it also is a signature of a daddy figure is nurturing, but also if you come for me and mine, I'm going to be standing right there. Like, this far, no further. So there's a protection element there as well that is defined by the name for me that I like as well. So. Yes, I've pretty much been their secretary for nigh on forever, which has come with that maintaining the website and social media presence and stuff like that, which comes naturally to me. I'm an IT geek. I sit around online all day long. And then we recently lost our UNPC member, so I've taken that on as well. To be honest, Trump. As direct as I can be. I have been a fan of the sisters since late 80s, I think it was. I'm not real good with time. It's all then to me. But I do remember the excommunication of the Pope. And the queer kid that I was in Iowa thought that was punk rock as hell. So I have been a fan of the sisters for a very long time. But I never saw myself joining because, in case you can't tell, drag ain't my thing. I love drag. I think it's amazing, but it never really did anything for me. And then Trump got elected, and I became very aware that I have enormous amounts of privilege, and that I am a big, burly dude walking down the street, and I don't get clocked for a lot. And that there were a lot of people that were about to be in a lot of danger from some very dangerous people that were being emboldened by certain things in our country. And I needed more skin in the game. And so I went to the sisters and I said, I want to join. Because there is no point that I walk out into Texas in high heels, a dress like this, that I am not painfully aware of people staring at me, people, and that it could end in a variety of ways. And it keeps me honest and reminds me that until we're all safe, none of us are. You weren't the first person that mentioned that to me. I've actually been that sort of design came together one night in a weird way, because I'm an IT guy. I'm not a design guy, and it just happened, and I was like, that's amazing. I love that. But when it got raised to me, I was like, you know what? They have a point. And so I've been really trying to rack my brains around creating something similar. So stay tuned. That's more inclusive, that people can feel more a part of, because it is never my intention to make somebody feel not included or not part of. And we had a real problem with that here in San Antonio with our house. We had members that were biologically female, that were literally getting their breasts just grabbed in bars, and people would be like, "Oh my God, you're a real woman. You can't be a sister." Not okay. So we had to do a lot of real hard education of some folks in the bars about respect, boundaries, what a sister is and isn't. And for a while we had a veteran straight man that saw us, and he thought we were the absolute shit, and he wanted to join us. And he did for a while. His life circumstances changed a little bit. He's not with us anymore, but we've had all kinds come through our house. I do think it's very important to approach things openly and inclusively. There's definitely I don't want to say old guard because it has such a negative connotation to some people, kind of an old way of thinking about the sisters as being white cisgendered men in those original nun habits. But we have definitely become so much more, and we're so much stronger for it. So people really need to sort of open their eyes and get with the modern day program. Political activism is can't talk. Political activism is a huge part of my ministry. You will find me in handmaids gowns at women's marches. You will find me with signs at protests about treatment of immigrants right now. I genuinely believe that the sisters have a place outside of just queer spaces, that we can fight for right for everybody while defending our own and defending our family and defending our community and uplifting that community at the same time. So yeah, I will, when they try to pass the trans bathroom bills again, I'll be there handing out cookies and milk and giving hugs while people are testifying at the courthouse. I'll be marching. I'll be doing that because I do see political activism as a huge part of my personal ministry. It's weird. I don't know if I'm like other people. There's nothing better to me than getting that message from somebody that just says, I was in a really bad place and I saw you and you just randomly handed me this pin, and now this pin is on my board, and it, every time I see it, it makes me smile. You helped me through this really dark time and I don't even think you realize it. Like, I get these messages from just the most random interactions, and it reminds me why I'm doing this. Because there are times I'm like, I don't want to paint the face. I don't want to go to this. It's going to be a lot. And I see those messages, and I'm like, you know what? I need to keep going. I need to do this. And very spiritual connection that happens between sisters and their community. And I feel incredibly thankful that I get that opportunity to connect with somebody. So that's what sort of refills my tanks and keeps me going and keeps me standing on the front lines being like, back up, get away from my people. So. I'm probably serious, although I would add a W to that list. Workhorse. I'm very good at making sure the ship gets in on time. I ain't the prettiest. I am definitely not the wittiest. Hands down to the people that are. Love them. But I can make sure that schedules are adhered to, that things get done, and it takes all kinds. And so I've definitely found my role in my house is that I'm a little bit of a taskmaster, and I make sure that things get done on time. Heels are torture devices. I have so much more respect for the women I see wearing them every day, and men. I guess ultimately the biggest piece of advice I would give is that this is going to be a lot of work. I knew it was going to be a lot of work going into it, and it was still a lot of work. But it's valuable work. It's work that needs doing. And if not you, who? So there are going to be times you question your journey. You're going to wonder, why the hell am I doing this? It's, in Texas, it's 120 degrees, and I'm trying to paint a face that's going to stay on for 8 hours. What? But it needs doing. There's that person out there that needs you, and they can't speak for themselves. They can't find that outlet that they need until they see you. And you're going to get those letters, you're going to get those emails from people, and you're going to realize what a huge impact you had. And it will make it worthwhile. So stick with it.